And then finally, this is probably the thing I'm most proud of in my city. Hello mares, this is Blocks. Welcome back to my Blocks Plays Build It video series. We're now up to 38 episodes, and it's been a little while since I recorded one of these, so I thought what we'd do was a city tour. And we're going to talk about my city, what's been kind of going on with the channel, and some plans for where we might take this series and my channel in the future. And I know I've said before that things at work and home can get really busy, but over the last few months it has been impossibly busy. In fact, during May I don't think I published a single video, which was really disappointing for me. I wanted to try and get more stuff out, but it was just impossible. Family and work must come first, and I was doing 60 to 70 hour weeks. We had tons of stuff going on at home and it just wasn't possible. So I'm sorry that I couldn't get more videos out to you. I really wanted to. I'd like to spend more time on this in the future and be able to do that. And I've got some sort of changes hopefully coming in the next few months that will enable me to do that. And I've also been doing some live streaming as well. And if you've been following my channel, you may have been noticing the live streams I've done on YouTube and Twitch. In fact, we did a live stream launch where I actually managed to take a week off work in June, roundabout when the Omega core arrived in our cities with the Future Cities update. And I did a big live stream launch, and you can get the second run through I did of all the Omega zones and materials and all that kind of stuff on the channel. You can see that right now. It's called the Future Cities Update walkthrough, I think. And it was a 3-hour or so long stream. I've compressed it down to sort of 49-50 minutes for you. So if you want to view that on my channel, you can do. Let me know what you think of it as well. That's always really useful. We've got some Omega items here we've done. Oh, that's not what I want to do. We've got to collect them. So yeah, there's been that. And I think that went really well. It was quite a lot of work to put into that stream. But it was really fun interacting with you all and kind of chatting to you live in a way that we can't do in videos and things like that. So I really enjoyed that. Lots of fun. Let's go ahead and get another piece of Omega material going. And then we'll get another one going in the labs as well. Over here, we'll pay our simoleons to do that. And right, so that's going now. Fantastic. And if you've been playing through the Future Cities content, you might notice, and I think what I would say is probably don't push on too much with the Omega labs, because you don't really need them early on. I think they're much more a very late end game piece of content if you're spending lots of time using the Omega labs and the Omega Research Center. I've got 2 here, and that is more than enough. Going to 3 or more I think would be overkill. And I think 2 is right on the border, and it's about making sure that you upgrade at the point where it's useful to you as well. So look out for that, because right now I'm actually struggling to have spaces in the research center to be able to put more items from the Omega Labs in, and the research center can't keep up with the Omega Labs. So I've possibly got too many Omega Labs already. So just have a very careful think about that when you're upgrading your own cities and exploring the Future Cities content. So this is what I've actually done here in my main city. This is the city I build with. If you've watched the streams recently, you'll have seen my demonstration city, which EA and Track20 very kindly provided so that we can explore things together on the live stream and look at new content, and I can show you all kinds of things in game. So yeah, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, check out that city. Oh wow, look at that, I haven't seen that before. Didn't realise there's a little drone there almost that comes out and grabs stuff and then takes it into, look at that, grabs the little pallets. I didn't know it did that. That's pretty cool. And then it just reappears on the top. I guess that's the beauty of animation. There it goes. Wow, yeah, I hadn't looked at that detail before. Anyway, sorry. Moving on, let's do the city tour. I got distracted a little bit there. So yeah, I'm building up this Omega zone down here. I brought all the buildings over that I think would be quite cool with it. So I've got some solar power plants, I've got some Earth Day solar power plants. I think they'll fit in really well. When I focus on the contest of mares and I get all that stuff going, again in the future what I'd really like to do is put in some older Sorry about that, we just had a crash there in-game. I think my iPhone is struggling a little bit with this new content and lots of floaters and things on screen, all these little hard hats and stuff, and all the new drones whizzing around. But anyway, what I was saying was, what I'd like to do in this Omega Zone is blend some of the older style buildings with this newer, modern look of the Omega Zones. And once I've done some of the Contest of Mayors stuff, I'd really love to get the Colonel Dom in here, because I think that would look super cool. You've got all these blue and grey kind of colours that would fit really, really nicely with the blues and greys and silvers and whites of the Omega Zones. So definitely looking forward to doing that in the future. Hope I can manage that. I need to still unlock this final city area. We're a little way off, but getting there. And I also want to try and finish my storage as well. I've saved up so many items and I still can't upgrade to 490 because I don't have enough of the storage bars. So yeah, there's a lot of work to do on that. I have started on my Neobank and my plan is to upgrade this to 10,000 fairly soon once I can, and then start collecting those Neo-Simoleons much more regularly than I have been. Let's keep going around my city. So over here we've got my factories at the moment, which I moved in the big sort of city reorganisation, and I wanted to keep a few of these coal power plants because I think they will work really well with an industrial looking area and the more sort of, I guess, dirty industry you'd call it, the sort of garbage dumps rather than the recycling dumps and things like that, and the recycling centres. So that's all there at the moment. Here's some of the, I think this is a recycling centre here, yep, and then the garbage incinerator and a small garbage dump. I think they'll look quite cool with the coal power plants. Down here we've got my commercial buildings at the moment. Over here, just a lot of my old skyscrapers and things that I moved out of my original city plan, just for kind of storage really is where they are. Up here we've got a nice little Christmas market I designed around the mountain holiday update, which I still think looks pretty cool even without the snow. Got those repeating yellow and, well, orangey I guess they are, and red market rooftops, and then the tree in the centre. But as you can see, everything is kind of higgledy-piggledy at the moment. We've got Halloween update stuff over here, Haunted Mansion, we've got the graveyard down here, there's more trees, and then over here I've got the stadium, we've got the expo centre back here, so it's all a bit all over the place. And I started kind of reorganising it, and like the university's in here as well, and they're not really sort of boosting anything right now. But yeah, I started reorganising it and creating areas and zones of things I wanted to do. So up here we've got the kind of Paris town area, I guess. More for me this is about the vineyards, and obviously I need to sort out the population issues here and make sure they've got coverage of different services and things like that in this area, so I will do that at some point. But I wanted them to kind of blend into the mountainside, and obviously up here we've got the Alpine vineyards. Then down at the front here we've got my kind of Route 66 idea with all these little attractions that tourists might come along and see and drive along this road. And obviously they're all just parks, but they're not kind of influencing population because they're over here. And I want that balance of aesthetics, you know, form and function. Then this way we've got my kind of Tokyo town area started. Needs a little bit of work still. Then over to the grand city entrance we made a couple of episodes ago, which I'm really pleased with. It definitely stands out a lot at the moment, all those lights, and it has a really strong and emphatic entrance to the city for people. I think if they were driving in here you can kind of imagine Sims entering the city there. That'd be pretty cool. Down here I've just popped in a couple of factories next to my city storage here in the middle. So you can see we've got a factory over here, high-tech factory, and another high-tech factory there. And I've done that because I think they fit the... Whoops, don't want a cargo ship. I think they fit the look and feel quite nicely. They have similar kind of colours and a sort of blocky look to the buildings. Down this way we've got, you know, City Hall and a couple of the other departments. I'd like to try and get these into a big long, almost don't know what I'd call it, I guess a sort of government road or something. where I bring together a lot of those buildings, and it's the sort of centre of power in the city, and be the place where Sims would go to demonstrate or protest or something like that. Then down this way we've got just again more buildings. Got I think a fire station hiding in here. Yep, and then we've got some. Yeah, we've got the grade school over here. That's the end of the entrance there. And then parks and the Department of Epic Projects and just other kind of bits and bobs are floating around. And then finally, this is probably the thing I'm most proud of in my city in terms of builds, and I spent loads and loads of golden keys on this very early on in my city's life, which is my casino strip, and I think it's really nicely designed. And I actually remade this on one of the live streams recently as well, so if you want to go and check that out, that's on my channel as well. I've done a live stream highlights video of that, and you can find that on the channel. I'll try and link it in the video as well, but this kind of gives you an idea of sort of how it looks. Pretty cool, I think. It's dominated a little bit by all the stuff around it at the moment, and I need to kind of clear that out. So I guess what I'm getting to saying is I think I'm going to spend some time over the next couple of weeks making sure that I tidy the city up, and we'll start, instead of me kind of doing a lot of this demolition and movement and things on camera. Oh, I think we've crashed. Sorry about that. Had another crash, unfortunately. Not great. But what I was saying was I'm going to work on the city over the next couple of months, on and off, just trying to get it back to a state where it feels, livable and like a working city that Sims can kind of get in and drive around, rather than this mishmash of different areas and almost, I'm storing my factories here right now. I'm storing the Omega Zone down here. I'm storing all these skyscrapers up here is what it feels like, and it's kind of a warehouse for buildings rather than something which is a lived-in working city, and I'd like to get that feel back. So I'm going to try and do that demolition off camera a little bit. I'll try and show you updates along the way, and I think that might be a better way of involving you in the series for the short term, and then we'll try and do more regular episodes again later on. But for the channel, I'm looking to expand the numbers of series I'm doing. As I mentioned before with the live streams, as you may have seen, EA and Track20 have given me that demonstration city, and I can do a lot more things now, showing you interesting buildings that I haven't got in my main city, showing you all kinds of different situations you can put your city in, all kinds of different builds and things you can do. We even built the Millennium Park from Chicago on the live stream a while ago, and I'm still hoping to put up highlights of that in the near future. And I've been doing streams on both YouTube and Twitch, but for now, in the short term, I've tested a fair bit on both YouTube and Twitch. We did a big long week of live streams during the launch, and I'm settling on YouTube for the foreseeable future. So if you're interested in the weekly live streams I do, they're going to be at 9 PM, that's UK time 9 PM, which I think is an hour behind Central European time. And hopefully we're back again after another crash. Sorry about this, it's been an episode littered with technical issues today. My iPhone is so hot right now, it's almost burning my fingers. That's not good. I think I might have to go and put it in the fridge. Anyway, what I was trying to finish up the episode by saying was that live streams are going to be on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, 9 PM UK time. I'm going to get those done every week. I will try to, where I think it's good enough, to upload highlights of those as well and get them onto YouTube and other places that you can see my videos. But for now and for today, that's going to do it. I hope it's been useful to kind of see a kind of a video update and a city update from me, and hear kind of where I'm going with the channel and this series. So if you've got any feedback for me, please drop it in the comments below. I love hearing that, and I will see you on next Tuesday for the live stream, if not before. Have a great rest of your week, Mayors. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.